Hi guys, and welcome to my first ever video. Sounded a little too ambitious, didn't it? Good afternoon and welcome to my very first video. I'm James Sharpe, and today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about how to properly clean a firearm. The purpose of this video is not so much focused on how to properly disassemble a firearm for the cleaning. This video is going to focus more on the actual cleaning process itself and the proper products that I like to use. The first one being Hops No. 9 gun solvent, second being CRC brake clean, the third being Remington oil, aka Rem oil. As you can see, I've got a few other materials and tools here on the table. That is a regular old toothbrush, does the job just fine, and we'll be showing you how to use it later. In this box you can see I have a Pro Shot brush and jag. You'll get to see these in action also. Next to it I have a cleaning rod. Underneath that I have a small piece of steel wool for removing rust. Next to it I have patches that will run through the bore. I use a Flitz oil towel because it holds the oil that I continually use to clean a gun once all the carbon buildup has been removed. And then as you can see, we have the firearm of our choice today for this video, that being the Ruger LCP. So let's get started with the disassembly process. The first thing you do when cleaning a firearm is always check to make sure that it's empty. You start that by removing the magazine. That way no more bullets can be loaded in the chamber. Pull the chamber back, make sure it is empty, and we can proceed from there. Next thing we're going to do is disassemble this firearm. Remember I said we're not going to focus too much on this part as every firearm is different. This particular firearm is a Ruger LCP 380, and as you can see on the slide right here, it has the initials LCP. We're going to pull this slide back where the C is just above this pin, and we're going to pry the pin out, allowing us to take the slide off and do a deeper, more thorough clean. As you can see, the pin clicked out. Pull it out with my hand. Put it in a place where it won't roll away off the table and won't be hard to find. As you can see, once you've removed that pin, the slide comes right off. We'll want to go ahead and take the spring, the barrel, and anything else off of this firearm that we can in order to clean each piece individually. Alright, so as you can see, it's not very difficult. We've got all four pieces here. We're going to clean each one and then rinse them off. So remember the Hops No. 9 product that we talked about. This is actually a gun cleaning solvent. What we're going to do with this is use it to remove all the carbon buildup and gum that's accumulated in the gun over the time that it's been fired and also the time that it's been carried. This is the regular old toothbrush that we talked about. We're going to take it, dip it in the bottle. You don't want to be shy or stingy with this material. It's very good, but it needs to do its job in excess. So we're going to take it, scrub all the parts that we can scrub, get in every crack and crevice that we can, try to remove any buildup that's in the gun. Alright, now that we've scrubbed down each of the parts, we're going to move on to the actual cleaning brush part. You want to remove your cleaning brush. This particular caliber is a 380, so I have a 38 caliber pistol brush. The reason we use a pistol brush is because it's shorter, the actions on a pistol are shorter, and it makes for an easier and more effective clean. So we'll screw the brush into the end of the rod, get it nice and tight. We'll dip it in the Hops No. 9 cleaning solvent, and we'll scrub the bore. Doesn't take a whole lot. Do it 3 or 4 times and be plenty.
How you been, man?
Good. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to switch from a brush to a cleaning jag. We're going to run one patch through the barrel.
You still in the gun business?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle of a video.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'll talk to you later. I need to get a part for my gun.
Okay.
94 Winchester, then you can clean.
All right, man. So like I said, we're going to switch from a brush to a jag, and we're going to run a patch through the bore. What this does is it gets all the stuff that's down inside the lands and grooves of the barrel, the things that make your projectile spin as it comes out the barrel. So we just take the patch, slightly push it on the tip of the jag, and then just simply run it through. So one shot, one go. Once it's through, you can dispose of it. And as you can see on this patch, there's quite a bit of buildup. Alright, now that we've got everything disassembled and clean, we've run a patch through the bore. We're going to actually take this brake clean, which serves as a rinsing agent, and we're going to rinse all the carbon buildup that we've broke loose with this can of brake clean. As you may have noticed, as we were rinsing each piece off with this brake clean material, a lot of carbon buildup ran out of the gun and out of the cracks and crevices that are hard to get to and onto the table. So I've cleaned that up now, and the next step is to make sure that any of this brake clean product that got inside is no longer in there. What this product does is it completely strips all oils and carbon buildup at the same time. So it's necessary to get it completely out, and there's a couple of ways to do that we'll talk about. And then once it's completely out, we're going to oil it back with some rim oil. So to talk about how to do this, there's three ways. This product will air dry on its own if you hang the parts out to dry for 15 to 20 minutes approximately. The other way to do it is if you have an air compressor. An air compressor is convenient if you're in a hurry and have many guns to clean. You can rinse it all out and then take an air compressor and blow all of this product out, and it'll dry in a matter of about a minute. If you don't have an air compressor and you'd still like to speed things along, you can buy a can of air duster used to clean electronics at Walmart. It works just as well, as long as you don't turn the can at too much of an angle and get water inside your gun. Alright, so some time has passed and all these gun parts are actually completely dry. They have no oil whatsoever left in them. So the next step is to take this rim oil and lightly apply it in the places that are important and matter. We're going to wipe off all the excess, and then we're going to put the gun back together. Alright, now that we've applied a pretty hefty amount of oil to these parts, we're going to wipe off the excess. If you accidentally spray too much oil on the gun, you can use the same air compressor, air duster can, or simply try to remove as much of the excess oil as you can. Nice thing about an air compressor is when you blow all the excess oil off, sometimes it gets deeper into the cracks and crevices of the working parts of the gun. But as you can see, we didn't spray too much. We're just going to wipe off what we can and make sure that all the internals are oiled. Now that we've finished wiping down each part of the gun and removing all the excess oil, we have one last step to do with the barrel. Requires a little bit of extra work. But we're going to take and put a patch on our jag again, retighten the rod. And what we're going to do is make sure that any excess oils that got inside the bore are removed with this patch. And what that'll do is keep the barrel from being damaged in the event that it's fired again and there's excess oils. So as you can see, the patch is completely clean this time, which means we did a very thorough cleaning. Turned out very well. So now that that's completed, we can go ahead and reassemble the firearm. Start by putting the barrel in the slide. Next we'll put the spring in. Going to push it all the way forward till it locks in this groove. Next we're going to align the slide on the frame. Putting the pin in is a lot easier than removing it, so we don't have to adjust it as much. We're going to try to slide it in without adjusting it at all. Sometimes it requires a little bit, and it went right in. Alright. Gun is all back together. Give it one final wipe down. The one thing that I didn't mention in the cleaning process is that if you have any rust on your gun, which is pretty common in Florida, the steel wool can actually help you remove it. You may have noticed the materials I had a small piece of steel wool. You can kind of ball it up or fold it up into a piece like this. Spray a light amount of oil on it, and if there is any rust on the slide or the internals, you can slowly scrub it off in a circular motion. You might be surprised what comes off of your gun. Take a patch to see if anything came off. And as you can see, there's a very, very light amount of rust. Wasn't available to see with the naked eye, but nonetheless it was there. Steel wool released it from the slide. Now it can be removed. Give it another wipe down. And your firearm now has a clean slate. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it useful. Any of the basic methods, principles, and materials that we use can be applied to any firearm that you own. That being said, if you take away one thing from this video, I hope you understand. A clean gun is a reliable gun. Thanks for watching. Be safe and stay sharp. Hi guys, and welcome to my first ever video. Sounded a little too ambitious, didn't it? We're going to run one patch through the barrel.
You still in the gun business?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle of a video.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
That's alright.
I'll talk to you later. I need to get a part for my gun.
Okay.
94 Winchester, then you can clean.
Alright, man.